Ladies and gentlemen, I am Melvin Banks,
And this is Ito,
and we are
the Carbonation Conversation.
reviewing Daredevil episode 8. Right? It's episode 8, right?
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay. I just want to make sure. Just want to make sure. And as always, don't forget to like and subscribe, all that good stuff.
Oh yeah.
How'd you feel about the episode, sir?
It's one of the better episodes,
Yeah,
definitely.
yeah, it was really good. I definitely
Yeah.
enjoyed it. I will say a lot going on. I'm still working on them names, even though we only got one episode left, which was a damn shame. Next
Yep.
time I just need to get flashcards with pictures on them and be like, "Ooh, black guy, Carl." But yeah. Anyways, but yeah, I definitely enjoyed it. It was a fun episode. I keep forgetting that guy's bullseye for the life of me.
Oh yeah.
What's this guy? Like, why do we care about him? A new character? Okay. But then I'm like, oh, yeah, that's Bullseye. So
Yep.
that's how the episode opens up, correct? It
Yep.
opens,
It starts on a blue flower.
yeah, yeah. And for a
So
second,
apparently blue is supposed to represent him and red is supposed to represent Daredevil.
okay. Yeah, they do
So,
that a
like
lot
he's
in this.
yeah, like he's ice cold blue.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. And he's just doing this thing, smelling the flower. You find, obviously, you know who he is. He's in prison. Next thing you know, he's being escorted out, and he's just basically saying, "Hey, I'm not supposed to be here." Apparently,
Not
he
supposed to
called him.
be here.
Yeah, he called himself like an acronym, like a ESH, something like that. And that basically is supposed to mean like he's a little bit more than human. He's not really basic. He's kind of a little, and I think that was because of the spine thing you were telling me, right? He has
Yeah,
something in his back.
possibly. Yeah.
That was the way he survived that fall.
Yeah.
Daredevil threw him off. But anyways, they put him in general population, and
Oh yeah.
yeah, and that's
That's
basic.
not a good thing. No.
Yeah, for who? Yeah, but yeah, so that's how it opens up. So let's talk about Matt because Matt had an interesting story this episode. He just seems like he is wigging out. He can't
Yeah.
really he can no longer tolerate this BS. He is getting pissed off at every step of the way. And his girlfriend is what's her name?
Heather.
Heather is just
Going in, and I'm
yeah,
like, I'm getting mad for him and shit. Like,
yeah.
bitch.
And not only that, she is also like is she a psychologist or is she a therapist? A psychiatrist or she's a therapist, right?
Therapist. I believe a psychologist and a psychiatrist could be a
Okay.
therapist. Just
Which
one
one
is, I
which
think
one
one
can
can give. I think psychiatrist can provide medicine, if I
okay,
believe.
yeah, the psychiatrist can provide the drugs. So they're like
Yeah,
so therapist is kind of like the dentist compared to the doctors of the world. Hey, don't hate me. It was just a joke, but hey.
anti-dentite.
That's what I was remembering. Anyways, but yeah, so and Heather's just like the one thing about her, she, like you said, she happens to be both of those things. And she was in like this horrible ass traumatizing, but she's also analyzing it, and she is like kind of annoying when she's like, oh my God, I'm experiencing this and that. And Matt's like, well, Daredevil did save your life. And Matt's kind of condescending with that too. And then she's
Yeah.
like, well, no, see, they were on their own thing because they're crazy. And, I was doing that. And she was just like, the energy transformed from them to me. And I'm just like, oh my God, can you please stop? You being so extra. Like you
Right?
so
I'm
extra.
like, okay.
And yeah, and she gets invite to Fisk party by
The ball.
yeah, and
Buck. Yeah,
yeah,
Buck stops by Matt's crib. How do you know
yeah,
where I live? Type of thing. Oh, he keeps
exactly.
a close eye on all his people.
And Matt is not even having that. He is not liking that at all. He's starting to get a little bit more firm with her, and he's kind of telling her like, "Hey, this is
Yeah.
this is the type.
Yeah,
This
you're
is
messing with the wrong person right now.
yeah." And this is the point where I don't think anyone at any point would ever want to hear this. Ito, they're with you or they're doing this to get to me. Like, I
Right.
don't think anybody in any situation
Right. They're
would
doing
be
it
able
to
to
you
accept
to get
something
to
like,
me.
you know
Like,
what I'm saying?
whoa,
You'd be
whoa,
like,
whoa.
well, damn, like, what am I? Just
Just
chopping.
fuck me, huh? Right.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So I could see like that's something that Matt shouldn't have said. I know he was trying to warn her. I wish he would have went into like more details. Not, I'm Daredevil, but just explaining the situation more than saying something childish like that.
Right.
Because of course she wasn't gonna go, and she does want him to come to the ball, and he says, okay, fine.
Right.
Um,
And it was like even saying last episode, like by now, she can't put two and two together.
yeah,
Especially by now, he's all here
yeah,
defending Daredevil and everything. Hey,
yeah.
having a flashback of the bruises in the shower.
Yeah,
Oh
yeah,
no, come
yeah,
on.
that is true. He got a couple of black
Afternoon.
eyes. Yeah. And, he has a couple of black eyes. Like, how does he have the black
Right.
eyes? It's whatever.
Right.
But Matt goes to his job. He goes to the office, and him and Kirsten are defending what looks like is a guilty guy who was robbing teachers, which is
Oh
like
yeah.
the worst type of thing to do. It's like some things you just can't do. Teachers, churches, that type of
Right,
thing.
right.
Like Jesus, people in unions, like don't rob them. Like, come on now. And basically the guy wants to lie on the stand. Matt isn't going, and
Oh
he
yeah. And he
don't.
like it's nothing to him. Was he just on his phone? Oh, yeah,
Mhm.
And then Matt could tell he's lying, and he basically gets pissed off,
Yeah,
snaps.
and so basically he says we're gonna, just figure out what you want to take as far as a plea deal, because that's what we're doing. Um, he storms out, and Kirsten, she's concerned, and she's just asking him what's going on, and obviously, for a second there, for a split second during this conversation, I asked myself, does she know he's Daredevil? And because sometimes when she talks to him, she really feels like she really knows him. Like they are like brother and sister now. Like, and sometimes I'm like, hey, how did they get this damn close? And then B, I'm like,
I don't think she knows
nah,
that.
yeah, 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 I don't think she
Yeah.
knows, but she definitely has his back. That is for sure. And even once again, even she does. And the only reason I asked that was because she looked there under his shades and he was covering the black eyes, and she's just like, "Matt, like what the fuck?" Like, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like she wasn't questioning it like anybody else would, but she was just kind of like, "Come on, bro, we can't be doing this." And that's when Matt just kind of snaps, and he just doesn't feel like they're making any type of progress for anything, especially when you got the Shield strike team out on these streets. And he had,
Bastards.
yeah, yep. And doesn't he head to the bar after that?
Yeah, he goes to Josie's bar for the first time since Foggy's death.
Yes.
And it's been shut down since then as well.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, Josie opens the door like, bring your ass inside.
Yes, and I love the fact that I love the fact that he drinks. Just
Yeah,
like relatable. That he's taking shots, and next thing you know, Cherry comes in, and
yeah, because this girl calls him that she's worried about him and stuff, so he comes to check up on him.
yeah, and obviously they're just, they're talking, and he still thinks Foggy's death was something more, and Cherry is just like no evidence. He just really
Yeah,
wants him to get his life back together until you said Josie?
Josie, yeah.
Yeah, until Josie comes back in and she wants to take, the toast that Foggy was the celebration.
Supposed to take that, and then he was like, he only drinks that for like celebrating things, so that's what made him click.
Yes.
Yeah.
And do you mind explaining exactly what clicked? Because I am a little bit confused
No,
on
I'm
it.
like
Like,
100%. I didn't write those
okay.
details. Like I just know like that the fact that he only drinks that type of whiskey when they're celebrating something. So there must
Yes.
have been some kind of
Yes.
break in the case,
Yes. I do.
that
Yeah.
working with that guy that he was hiding at the crib.
Yes, exactly. Because I do remember he was saying that that guy stole a whole bunch of stuff, but Foggy was confident that the guy was innocent, and basically that celebration would lead you to believe that he knew something was about to go down. Like he
Yeah, basically, I
had
think what it was he was robbing a factory or warehouse in the Red Rock place,
hmm
and that's where Vanessa was running the shit with the gangsters. So I think he found something there that was going to incriminate possibly Vanessa.
yes,
You know what I mean? But we don't know that yet. But he found something incriminating at Red Rock. We don't
yes.
know exactly what
And yeah, I
yet.
mean, we're led
Right,
to believe that that's
right,
what it was, and I'm pretty
right,
sure Foggy would have been happy to just take them down the legal and right way. That would have been a big deal.
right.
And so, okay, okay, and basically Foggy dies. So Matt ends up going to the ball. So I guess we should stop there, and then we can briefly talk about obviously actually we forgot one scene. We forgot one important scene, but I guess we can talk about it with Bullseye's story because his story is very quick but impactful.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Obviously, Matt does go and visit Bullseye because Bullseye has requested to meet him, and
Right.
at first Matt doesn't want to go, but he decides to.
After going through those things, a couple of those things, and having that mindset, kind of upset. Like, fuck it, let me go see what this guy wants.
Yes,
Especially I think after the bar realizing that. So now he wants to see if he could find out
yes.
who actually hired him to kill, because there was a reason for it.
Yes. And so he goes there. He's trying to ask. He's like, did Fisk tell you to kill Foggy? He clearly doesn't care about this guy for obvious reasons.
Of course,
And Bullseye does make a comment to him. He was just like, well, if you were a good man, you would actually be having my back. You know what I'm saying? Like, because that's what good men do. Isn't that true? And then Matt just fucking go like that took me back, but I was just like, and I love the fact that they showed the blood and everything, but he bangs his head
oh
against
yeah,
the
his
table.
face.
His man, 1, 2, 3,
He
uh,
gets up.
left
Thanks.
angry.
Say thanks, counselor. No,
Yeah, and he's like, thank
fuck
you.
you. No,
And I was like, huh.
I
I
knew something.
wonder,
I was
was
like,
that
at
a
first, right?
plan?
I
Was that,
thought
I
that's
mean,
like I was wondering the same thing. I don't think so now that we saw the end, but at first I thought he planted something maybe for him to escape or he did something on purpose. But now that I don't think it was pretty much because he said thank you, counselor, and he's like fuck you,
yeah.
So I don't think so. At first I still thought so, but I don't think Matt would
No, no, I thought I was
put
like, well,
innocent people in position. You know what I mean? Like
oh no, no.
help them escape.
I thought if Bullseye planned this, but I was like, why would he
Okay.
plan that when he could just take out his tooth and kill a guard? Like, was he planning to piss Matt off so much just so he could
I
get
don't think so.
surgery
I think he was
and be in that
legitimately
room?
trying to get Matt to help him.
Okay.
I really legitimately do. And then
Okay,
Matt
because I was
refused to, it
yeah.
snapped, and that happened instead.
Okay, cool, cool, cool. Because then obviously I'm assuming Bullseye either he took out his teeth or Matt busted
No,
out.
he loosened one was to where he ended up eventually bust taking it out, but that happens
Yes.
later. Yeah.
Yes. And boom, that was pretty innovative, like tooth through head. That
Yeah.
was pretty innovative.
There was apparently he did it in three different comics. So that was
Huh.
pretty cool, yeah. And
Oh,
they
okay.
like, and they actually like the review I saw. They basically were like saying that at the same time while they were filming this, that someone searched something to say, how fast can someone or say, can someone spit out a tooth fast enough to penetrate human skin or something like that? So
Yeah.
he's like, it must have been the guy that wrote this, or like,
That is pretty funny.
right?
And he escapes, and at this moment in time, we have no idea where he is
Oh
going.
yeah, They
And
spits the tooth out, uncuffs, takes a scissor, takes it in half.
yeah, that's just the
That's
way.
what I'm saying. I don't think like at first I was like I thought Matt was actually might help him escape so he could get the
Oh,
answer,
oh
but
no,
you wouldn't
I
put him
wouldn't.
in
Yeah,
that position, right?
yeah,
You wouldn't put him in
definitely.
that
Yeah, I
position.
mean, especially because Bullseye, especially this one, he just kills mercilessly. Like it
Don't
don't
give a
matter if
fuck,
you're an
right?
innocent person just running away or
Yep.
he murks
And then
anybody.
that first episode, he'll run up the stairs, just kills the fucking lady. Like, damn.
I know, just not just minding her own business, not even doing nothing. Like, come on, bro, like leave.
Like she moved out the way.
I know, like Jesus. And so I guess we could talk about Fisk. We could talk about his part. Him apparently the docs I don't want to say contracts, but the investment, I guess you can say, the city initiative, I forget the politically correct words, it went through. So basically they are going to rebuild the docks for like workers and things like that. And he's very proud of himself, and he's talking to Vanessa. He confesses to her by bringing him down to his eatery area, I guess you can say, like
I
his
was just gonna say dungeon.
the dungeon of eating good while watching a man begging for his life because he wants to be real with her, he wants to be open with her, he wants to be honest, I guess you can say, and the guy is just literally begging for his
Yeah.
life.
Yeah, I think he just basically wants to close this chapter. Like, I need you with me or without me type of thing.
Yeah,
You know,
I'm a changed
and
man. I
this
didn't
is
kill him. I didn't kill him.
I didn't kill him. Like this where Adam was also saying I don't belong here. Or was that in the last episode or the
Uh,
other episode?
no, he said it in here. I
Yeah,
was,
okay, 'cause I just thought it was funny. Like that's what fucking Bullseye was saying. I don't belong here.
yeah,
And
and obviously she Vanessa picks up the gun, puts a couple of shots in the man to close the case, and they head to the ball.
it was funny though. Like she shot him a couple of times and then shot him one in the head, and then she kind of like you see her hand like move a certain way, and then this guy grabs the gun, then puts it down. It's
Yeah,
like all right, like she was feeling it or something. That's
yeah, she no man, she is. They're kind of made for each other, but as soon as I feel like for each of them, as soon as one of them kind of cross that line, I think they'll easily kill each other in a heartbeat. Especially Vanessa. I think Vanessa has no problem murking Kingpin, although we know that ain't gonna never happen. But so
right.
that means he may have to kill her if she get out of line. Um, but they do have a scene in his office where he does promote our boy to a deputy of communications. You know his name because of
Yeah.
his hard work, and I was like, "Ooh, your mafia is showing now
Yeah,
with
yeah,
that
yeah. Daniel.
yeah, Daniel."
Yeah, becomes deputy mayor of communications.
Yes, and
And he gets all like, I will burn for you, sir.
yeah,
Like,
and then
whoa,
Kingpin's like, "I know you will. I know you
I
will."
know you will.
I know. It's so
That was
funny.
hilarious. And this
Uh,
girl, the black chick, was like, I don't know if he's ready.
and I'm just like,
Or
why
not.
do you keep saying shit out loud like that? Like she's gonna get replaced or killed. Like
Right?
it's steadily increasing every
Like,
goddamn.
yeah, I think he still might need her. You know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
she's still, like helping him with most of the political shit that he don't know about.
Yes.
But like as long as she doesn't step that line, you know what I mean? He might still advise, oh, I don't know if he's ready, but eventually she might step that line, but we'll
Yeah.
see.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, definitely. And we have the ball. And just speaking to Daniel, he did meet with BB, and he did, I guess, kind of apologize for pushing a little bit too hard, having her write a column, basically a column or op-ed, thanking the strike team, basically the police task force, for doing an incredible job in getting rid of Muse, even though everybody knew it was Daredevil. and they seem to have found some sort of common ground. And Daniel is letting you know where he is, where he wants to go. Like he is one of those characters, and it's ambition. And one thing I always say, especially when I'm grateful for hopefully being able to graduate by the end of this year. But your first year of college, especially when you're in business, the one class you are authorized to take is ethics. And that's because you will always be tempted. And I think
Totally.
Daniel is going to get to that person like he's going to kill for Kingpin. It's going to get to that point. Obviously, not this season, but I could totally see
Yeah.
it happening next
Like
season.
somebody right there in his face and gets shot from behind. The next you know, it's Daniel holding the
Yeah.
gun or something like
Yep.
that. Yeah.
Or somebody maybe having some information and Daniel has done everything he can to try to actually silence this person the right way, and
And
then he
like,
just kills them, or at least tells Kingpin and the guy disappears.
yeah,
Something like that. I think he is,
it'd be fucked up. But what if he ends up killing BB?
man, that
Like
would
trying
be,
to tell her to stop it, and she fights back and like chokes her and shit or
yeah,
something.
that could be.
Doesn't mean to kill her, but kills her.
Yeah, and you can
I could
definitely
see
see
that.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can definitely see it because it comes to a point where there is going to be a line in all aspects of life. Like you will get challenged on where you want to go. And if you can, take a little bitty teeny tiny step out of that line. And we end up seeing, just so we can clear, because since BB is in here, we do see BB talking to the commissioner and
Before that, like
yeah,
it was
go ahead.
like that ball. It was great because it was kind of like a nice one cut where it was going to different conversations.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? Throughout,
Oh yeah, definitely.
it was like where the one dude that he ends up calling him out as a swordsman and everything.
Oh
Um,
yes, I forgot. I
yeah,
forgot his name.
because
Yeah, his
yeah,
character is a swordsman. His name was Jack.
yeah,
That's his name, and it's so tripped out because Jack does talk to a woman, and I
yeah.
I did not understand that conversation. She
Well,
seemed
yeah,
scared.
basically, like a couple episodes ago, they basically went Jack and that girl were there. They were basically like fucking with Fisk, if you remember.
Yeah, I remember
And
that.
you got to get with us. You ain't shit type of thing. So now
Well,
it's
she
just
asked about. I feel like she asked
I
about
asked
her
about her
husband.
husband. Her husband was in that episode, but she wasn't there now. So he's doing shit to each individual people to make them agree with his
Ah,
ways when it comes to Red
okay.
Hook. When it
I
comes
thought she
to
was
yeah,
asking Jack like Jack did something, and
no,
he
no,
was trying to be
she's
flip.
scared. Yeah, she didn't want to say it, I guess, but Fisk has his ass or did something to his ass.
Ah, okay,
Yes,
okay.
just like
Yeah, I
he
thought it
called
was
out, just
Jack
like
who maybe did something. Okay,
basically
okay.
this scene is the whole basically Fisk versus the wealthy. You know
Yes,
what I
okay.
mean? He's taking each one individual, like you were gonna you're gonna be my side and help me out with this project, or something's gonna happen.
Yeah, yeah, okay.
That's why he calls out Jack like you're a swordsman,
Yeah,
vigilante. You know what I
yeah.
mean?
And I have a
What
task
we do to
force.
those? Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. And so how much you
And
gonna put
then
up
and
this
then
check?
you see a reporter taking a picture with his phone, and Fisk catches him and says a task force after his ass.
Yep,
This is
and
that part where I told you about.
they went ahead and proved something. And yeah, they put his hand in the fryer and just fucked his hand up, told the commissioner
Yeah,
his face was in.
Chief Gallo catches him. Oh, what the fuck you
Oh,
doing?
Chief. I
Yeah,
keep calling him commissioner. I'm
I
sorry,
know.
Chief.
Calm down, Batman. No.
Yeah. Chief. And yeah, the chief is basically helpless, which is pretty sad. And
Yeah,
that's when him and BB have the
exactly.
conversation and BB.
After Powell sticks the reporter's hand in a deep fryer. No.
Yes. And BB, Chief says, "Hey, do Fisk was the number one suspect for your father's death,
Your uncles,
uncle's death." And she says, "Yes."
Uncle Ben. No.
She's like, "That's why I'm here." And
So she has an agenda. You know what I mean?
yes. And she's like, "Hey, got to go back and play the part." Meanwhile, we start to converge here. Matt gets there, and
Matt finally
Matt is
shows up. Right.
he gets there and he just okay. This is one of the most biggest scenes where you would be like, "Okay, Heather, you can't put two and two together here." because he's erratic. He's bumping into people, which is a good playoff move if you're actually blind. But I think he was just
Yeah.
over it. I don't think, I literally don't think he was like acting like that. Ooh, as the sun goes down and I just get super fucking dark. Look at that. Look at that. I gotta turn on the light. Don't look at my pansy though.
Your
Let me go.
pants.
Let me go to the left because you know, I'll be having like my crotch all right there. You might
Oh, that's what you
uh,
meant. I was like, what do you mean? What kind of pants you got
uh,
on? You got leather pants or something?
that's so funny. But yeah, and he's just kind of bumping into people. Obviously, he sees Heather. He's just, he's kind of demanding of her of certain things, and she's
And then
just like,
Heather's trying to
"Whoa,
talk to her, but then he stops listening and starts paying attention to Fisk. It's like,
yes." And Fisk is saying the same thing like we discussed. He's talking to the swordsman, talking to the other guy who came in there, and basically she's about to leave. And he's like, nah, you know what? Let's confront. Like, let's do this right now.
right,
And he's about
right.
to confront Fisk, and then they start dancing. And I was like, oh,
Yeah,
my
as
boy
soon as he gets
Vincent.
close, they put the spotlight. Dink. Yeah.
Yeah, and he was getting it in. He was
Yeah.
getting it in. I was rolling. I was fucking rolling. Vincent Mondale. Fredo getting it in my criminal intent. My dude.
And while he's dancing, he starts talking to the fucking Matt, knowing he could hear him.
Oh my God.
Oh,
That
yeah,
was hilarious.
yeah.
Hilarious. And Matt is just, and this is what I mean by come on, Heather, because he's rambling. Like we feel like, because obviously at first, they're watching them dance, and then Matt is like,
Right.
okay, come on, you have
Then,
to lead. And then he gets something. He's rambling, he's talking to Heather, but I don't know if he realized he's telling her all this shit that she should not be knowing.
well, Heather can't hear it.
I know. I thought when he was. I know she couldn't hear Kingpin, but I thought Matt was just babbling to her as they were dancing, and he was like, "Oh, it was her. It was her." And I'm just like, "Matt, what are you doing, dude? Like
Oh,
you were." And he's just talking, and he's just like, "Oh, was it him? Oh, I'm gonna tell you." He's like, "Whatever happens, just make sure you go, and Cherry's gonna be there, and you go tell Kirsten, and you call the police." And I'm just like, Matt, like what he is basically telling her
yeah,
something is about to go down. And at this
yeah.
point,
Because but this time Buck, before this, Buck
yes,
finds out that uh Bullseye escapes. So basically, he has and then this is basically when he arrives there at the
yes,
ball at the same time. So he goes off to warn Kingpin while uh while Bullseye's
yeah,
making his
Kingpin's with his
way
wife
while
Vanessa.
he's making his way up. He passes the same deep fryer that got fried and picks up a fork or something, kills a guard, takes his suit, and then you see him in the elevator going up.
And
So
by this time, Matt figures it out, and Matt is like, "Oh my God, son of a gun,
right.
it's her!" And then he switches, and it's just like, "I know it's you."
Yeah.
This,
Because when she hears that he's there, she reacts more than Fist reacts.
mm-hmm.
And she's like, wait a minute. And then she's like, switch.
Yeah. And he's just like, "Does Fist know? Does Fist know what you've done?" And she's just like, "Does Heather know you're Daredevil?" And I was
Right.
just like, "Ooh, okay."
Ooh.
And at this point, Matt slows down and he can hear the click.
The gun going into the
Yes.
chamber. No.
And he takes a bullet for Fist. And at this point, I was like, huh. I was like, why wouldn't, if Vanessa was the one who hired Bullseye to murk Foggy,
Mhm.
and she was planning on what seemed like was killing him by putting him back in General Pop.
Well, Kingpin did that.
Oh, Kingpin did
Yeah,
that.
Fist did that as the
And he
mayor.
did that
Yeah.
because he thought, well, he's because he's a vigilante, I'm
But
assuming.
he wanted to get rid of him because of what he knew already from
Also, he
you know,
knew.
because
Oh,
he knew. Well, I don't know about Daredevil, but he knew Fisk hired him to become the Daredevil. In like
okay,
season,
but
in the
we
past seasons and stuff.
okay. Do we know if Fisk knows about what Vanessa did?
No, no, nope.
Okay,
Nope.
so Kingpin is trying to wipe him out for a
Yeah,
totally
for a total
separate
different reason.
reason.
Yep, yep.
Okay, that is because I'm trying to like, why wouldn't
Yeah,
he
no,
kill
yeah. I mean,
Vanessa?
because he got to erase the
That's why I was
past.
gonna ask you.
He has to erase that out of because he can't have
Okay.
that coming back as mayor.
Okay, because
You
I
know
was
what I
just like,
mean?
I thought he would kill Vanessa, and so I was like, damn, did Vanessa also plan this to just murk
I mean, he
Fisk?
probably is for both
I
reasons.
was,
Like
yeah,
he knows that Vanessa's the one that hired him to do it, but
yeah.
Fisk put him in Gen Pop, but probably killing him will hurt both of them anyway. You know what I
Oh,
mean?
okay, okay. I
You
was
know?
just curious. I was curious, but yeah, I definitely enjoyed it. I don't want to. Yes, I mean, obviously, I know it's Daredevil. That's the show. But Matt is shot. I swear to freaking God, I do not want to see this guy in this suit next episode. Like, you know what I'm saying? That doesn't mean I don't want to have him in a coma and having flashbacks type of
No.
episode, but like, bro, like he gonna, you gonna have to convince me because at the end of the day, my man
Yeah.
is still human. He don't got
Yes.
no type of
I
recovery
know. Hey,
time.
we'll
Like,
see. I mean, come on. I think they'll be realistic. Have they done too much to you lately at all? When it
no,
went
no,
past
no. He's been
reality?
no. I think
That's
he's
what I'm
been
saying.
for the most part this whole series. I mean, this whole season he has been pretty.
They're
A couple of
they're
stabby
usually
stabs.
they're usually pretty realistic when it comes to
Yeah, that's all. Yeah, because
injuries
he
and
looked like
stuff
he
like
got hit
that.
like what, right?
His
Like
shoulder, yeah.
his shoulder. Oof, oof, oof.
So we'll see. I don't know if like I said, like I mean, who would he fight next episode?
Yeah, that
Like,
is true.
and then
Oh, well, Bullseye.
Bullseye, I think did they get him or no?
I,
No,
I
no,
don't
he's
think they
shot
got.
at. They just cut
Yeah,
away. No, they didn't. But
yeah. So I
yeah,
mean, but with
it's
that,
true.
that wouldn't
But
even be fair.
that wouldn't be. That's what I'm saying. So
Be
I hope
fair at
not.
all. So
But
I mean,
I'm
but
more. It's more like, oh, is he gonna he's gonna force Kingpin to fucking publicly uh thank him
yeah,
for saving his life?
yeah. Oh, yeah. And is it
Yeah,
gonna be like? Is it gonna be like a Joker Batman thing where it's kind of like you did that to my worst enemy? That was supposed to be me.
yeah.
I'm gonna kill you. That would be kind of cool.
How
If
dare you?
yeah, I
Right?
know. But yeah, that would be interesting. Um, does it drop tonight?
Yes.
Ooh. Okay. All right. So I'm gonna post the previous one, and then I'm gonna post this one next week, so we can have a little bit of, so we can make the people wait a little bit.
Yes.
But yeah, man, I'm loving this and looking forward to. I think we even said it. The Last of Us. It played Sunday. I still haven't watched it. We can definitely
I haven't
review
watched it yet.
Saturday or Sunday morning
Yeah.
whenever you are available. Um,
Uh,
but yeah, we can definitely do that. But other than that, I thought the episode was wonderful.
oh yeah.
8.5 out of 10, I would say.
Give it a 9.
Yeah, 9. Okay, cool. I'm hoping this last one is gonna be that 9 through 10
Eh,
one.
we'll see. We know how these like second to last one's usually the
I
best one.
know
So
with the Game of Thrones effect. I mean, come
yeah,
sometimes you don't
we'll
have
see. We'll
to
see. We'll
copy
see.
like
We'll see.
everybody else television. Jesus. Sometimes the finale can be a finale.
We'll see.
Uh, but ladies and gentlemen, I am Melvin Banks,
And this is Ito.
and we are the Carbonation Conversation.
Yep.
Don't drink and drive.
Drinking bad.
Peace. And we love you.